Hello everybody, welcome back to Go Away Plays Ace Academy. Now for those of you who might not have seen my update video, I have changed this channel's name from Jeff to Go Away. Now, it's quite the funny story behind it, but I think I should leave you guys a link to the update video so that you can catch the reasoning behind this change and why I'm doing such a thing. Now, because the idea to change the name of my channel came like last week, and I didn't want to do any more recording under the pseudonym Jeff anymore, I had to stop recording Ace Academy, and everything that's being uploaded right now is indeed a backlog. So they will still use Jeff, and this is the very first episode in which I introduce myself as Go Away. So I have absolutely no recollection of what happened last episode, so without further ado, let's jump right back in, and I don't even remember which one. Did we talk about anime, or did we continue on? Okay, it seems like we might have continued on, so let's continue. Sorry, I used the word continue there so many times. I'm in a happier mood when I arrive home. Hey guys, I'm home.
You can't just decide that without telling me.
Uncle Kaito's voice stops me. I can see him pacing back and forth in the kitchen.
So cut it short. This is the opening day of my new restaurant. They'll expect me to be there, and they'll expect you there too.
As I get closer to the kitchen, I can hear a woman's voice on the other end of the line.
I really don't care. Part of our arrangement was that we'd consult each other before making a decision, and you didn't. So how you're supposed to be in two places at once really isn't my problem.
A flurry of muffled words on the line has Kaito frowning deeper and deeper.
Don't forget, we are still married. We promised to do whatever it took to make sure nothing interfered with our careers. Well, if you don't show up, then that will certainly interfere with my career.
Married? Is he talking to Aunt Yuki? There's a pause. I think I hear her say, "I'll see what I can do," and hang up. Uncle Kaito slams the phone onto the table, then falls into a chair and holds his head in his hands. Hey, Uncle Kaito. He glances up and gives me a weak smile.
You're back. How was school today?
Good. I sit beside him. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but I heard you talking to Aunt Yuki just now. He looks a little uneasy, but waits for me to finish. What did you mean by still married? Isn't Aunt Yuki just away on business?
Sort of.
Kaito sighs wearily and rubs his temples.
I suppose you're old enough to know the truth. Your aunt and I are separated. We have been for the last 6 months.
The last 6 months? But you aren't divorced?
No.
How come we didn't know? We're your family.
We had to keep it quiet. Divorce is viewed differently here in Japan. It's not as common as in the States, and Yuki and I don't want our personal issues to interfere with our careers.
I remember the stories Mom told me about how difficult it was when she and Dad first got married. She couldn't have stayed in Japan even if she wanted to. If you two are just separated, does that mean Aunt Yuki is here in Isokaze?
Yes.
You shouldn't have lied. Does that mean I can see her? I get it. Does that mean I can see her? Aunt Yuki was always the fun aunt. Not to say Uncle Kaito isn't fun, but she used to help us play tricks on the grown-ups when we were little. Sometimes she'd even help us prank Uncle Kaito. He never got angry, but would laugh instead. They seemed so happy together.
Hey, you okay there?
I snap back to reality. We can still see her, right? Even though you two are separated? He's taken aback.
Of course. She's still your family.
What did Aunt Yuki say when you told her we were living with you?
Well, about that.
You haven't told her? Kaito trails off and refuses to meet my eyes. She doesn't know we're here, does she?
No.
Were you planning on telling her?
Of course. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I nod. Uncle Kaito doesn't share anymore, but I can't stop myself from asking. Since we're talking about it now, What happened between you two? He sighs.
Yuki was ready to have kids, and I wasn't. We discussed the possibility of having children when we first got married, and I kept pushing it back. I wanted to focus on my career, and for a while, so did she. But you know how women are. At some point, their biological clock starts ticking. She didn't want to wait anymore.
I see. So you just didn't want to have kids yet. What made you want to adopt us then, or take care of us? But you still weren't ready?
No. After that huge argument, we started to drive each other crazy. I became acutely aware of all those small things Yuki did that I hated. We fought all the time, and at some point, we agreed that this wasn't working anymore.
It sounds like just a small little quarrel between you two. I hope you guys can, patch it up soon. You two used to be such a great couple.
And that's how it's been for the last 6 months until we can figure out a more permanent solution.
It's kind of funny that even though you weren't ready for kids, you ended up with them anyways. Basically us. He grins.
You guys don't count. You practically take care of yourselves. I'm just here to provide the roof.
I mean, in a sense you're still having kids, is it not? Gee, thanks. Maybe it's a good thing you didn't have kids. He laughs. So, what was this phone call tonight about? Kaito turned solemn again.
Part of our agreement for our separation was that we will both do whatever it takes to keep up the pretense of marriage when it involves our careers.
Oh? Why not?
She's going on some sort of retreat with her girlfriend. Normally we consult with each other before booking any trips to prevent something like this from happening. But this time she didn't. I really need her there.
She'll be there. Aunt Yuki and a girl? Clearly this arrangement isn't working either. I'm gonna go with option number 2. Aunt Yuki and a girl? Did you say she's going on a retreat with her girlfriend?
Yes. Why?
Her girlfriend.
Yes.
Uncle Kaito, I've discovered the reason why your marriage didn't work. Aunt Yuki likes women! He stares at me for a second, then bursts into laughter.
No, her friend who is a girl, not her girlfriend.
Oh.
She is very much into men.
Okay.
I mean, very into men.
I believe you.
Trust me, she's definitely a fan of the...
Please stop. Uncle Kaito glances at the clock and stands.
I didn't realize how late it's gotten. I have an early start tomorrow.
Don't you always have an early start? You get up before I do.
True, but I have an even earlier start than usual.
Ick. We say goodnight, and Kaito heads upstairs. I go into the living room and turn on the TV. After watching my shows and news, I turn in for the night. I wake up and yawn. Another day, another class. As if on autopilot, I get dressed and go through my morning routine. Then I hop on my bike and drive to school. When I arrive, I head straight for the class and wait for the professor. He arrives promptly and begins class.
Good morning. Today we'll be discussing the differences between military grenade weaponry and those used in recreational matches.
Yawn, I already know this. I want to learn. Well, my nerd side is kicking in and I want to learn. This should be interesting stuff. I focus on the professor's lecture.
The fundamental difference between the two is that military grenade weaponry are configured for energy output, which can cause lethal damage. Recreational weaponry is closely regulated so it can't actually destroy the gear frame. Since the shields on a gear get the brunt of the damage, we consider a depowered gear in recreational matches as destroyed.
What if someone brought in an unregulated weapon for a match?
Before every match, the equipment of each gear is checked and double-checked to ensure the energy output is within proper parameters.
What about the qualifier matches? There was a gear that did some energy output override thing.
As one, the class looks at me.
During that specific qualifier match, the gear's energy core is what surged with additional power, not his weapons. Although, I must admit, I've never seen a core do that before. Hopefully this young man can enlighten us on how he did it.
I have no idea how I did it. No one finds out my secret. Why are you talking about my core? I thought this lesson was about military versus recreational weaponry. Why are we talking about me? The class looks disappointed. However, the teacher nods.
Of course, we shouldn't get distracted. Let's get back to the lesson on hand.
He returns to his lecture. Once class ends, I hurry out of the classroom. My phone is ready in my hand by the time I get out. Let's see if anyone's free. Mayu, Valerie, or Yuna? You know what? I'm feeling a bit like Valerie today. I decide to relax in the pilot's lounge. After grabbing a drink at the bar, I sit at the tables to watch the game, but a familiar face at a nearby table distracts me. Is that who I think it is? I make my way over and sit across from a petite girl with long blonde hair. It's Valerie. Valerie. Her face lights up when she sees me.
What are the chances of us running into each other here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. You're in the pilot's lounge without pilot stripes. How the heck did you even get in?
It must be fate.
Well, you know what? You can usually attribute it to that. How did you get into the pilot's lounge? Only pilots have access. Did fate let you in? She laughs, then points to the bar.
No, that guy did.
The man she points to is a tall pilot with dark hair. How old is Valerie again? She's only a first year, so she definitely isn't old enough to legally drink. What does this guy think he's doing? I watch as he pays the bartender and carries 2 beers back to our table. As he places one of the beers in front of Valerie, he frowns at me. Hey, don't look at me. You're buying an underage woman a drink.
Who are you?
I don't know, the better question is who the heck are you? Someone who knows better.
What does that mean?
Oh, you're in for a rude awakening, kid. He's serving drinks to a minor. He has no idea. Who does this chump think he is? I feel like this might actually get into like a bar brawl or something. He's serving drinks to a minor. I'm gonna say this, because I don't want to fight him, knowing that I'm not the athletic type. Ignoring the fact that she doesn't belong in the pilot's lounge since she's not a pilot, you're breaking both school policy and the law by serving her alcohol.
She told me she could drink.
It doesn't surprise me that a first year would tell you that. The pilot whirls on Valerie.
First year?
Valerie smiles.
Is that a problem?
Why did you tell me you can drink?
I can. Back in France.
Oh, I forgot she came from France, so she definitely was able to drink before she came here. However, I don't think that jurisdiction runs in Japan. Ooh, poor Valerie. No drinks for you.
I'm not trying to get into trouble. Just forget about this.
Valerie shrugs as he walks away.
At least I got my drink.
Nope. I intercept the beverage before she can drink it.
Hey, that's mine.
I'm pretty sure it's mine now. Weren't you paying attention? You're underaged. You can't drink. She crosses her arms and pouts. Aw, don't you give me that face.
That's not fair. I've been drinking since I was 18. It's silly that because the age is so high here, I can't drink anymore.
I get that you're frustrated, but the school is very strict about its policies. If you're caught breaking the law, the consequences would be bad.
How bad can it be?
Pretty bad. Like expelled bad. They're very careful, especially here in the pilot's lounge, where there is a grade that can't drink. Valerie's look softens, then her mischievous grin returns.
I understand what you're saying, but I think you scared away my date not for my protection, but because you wanted me all to yourself.
You've got it all wrong. I'm pretty irresistible myself. Don't flatter yourself. I feel like option number 2 is usually the best when I'm playing with Valerie here, so I'm pretty irresistible myself. It seems the feeling is mutual.
What gives you that idea?
Well, you haven't left yet. I think someone enjoys my company very much.
Oh yeah? You're imagining things.
She pretends to be disinterested, but she's still here, smiling at me.
Well, you confiscated my drink and scared away my date. Guess there isn't anything left to keep me here.
She stands to leave, but I stop her. I was planning on watching the match. Would you want to join me? She sits back down and puts her elbow on the table, resting her face in her hands.
That depends. Will you get me a drink?
Well, since we've already been through this once and established the rules, how about a non-alcoholic drink?
A soda, please. What kind of girl do you think I am?
Come on, MC, even I could have thought of that. I match her smile and stand. Sure. We spend some time together until I have to leave for class. I'm in the campus gym finishing up my workout. When I return to my locker, there's a missed text from Kaori. Emergency meeting! Meet now in the hangar. Jeez, all caps. I'd better get going. I arrive at the hangar about the same time as Sho and Mayu. Kaori waits impatiently in front of her gear.
Finally! That took you a while.
What do you mean it took me a while? I mean, I kind of was working out first, but I'm not the last one here, so you can't really be looking at me like that now, can you? Come on, cut us some slack. I just saw your text. I might have gotten a little distracted. What else do we have here? What are you talking about? I'm on time. I just saw your text. I might have gotten a little distracted. What are you talking about? I got here right on time. Oh, which one would she prefer as to not kill me over? You know what? I just saw your text, so I came as soon as I could. Please don't get mad. I literally came here as soon as I got your text.
I texted before heading over here so we'd be on time.
I guess you walk faster than me.
Well, at least you know what you can improve on.
Oh shoot, she's smiling. Are we good friends now? Is she not mad at me? Does she not want to rip my brains out? Does she not want to kill me anymore? Because that would be absolutely amazing. I don't want to be on bad terms with her at all. If you know what I mean, guys. Alright, let's continue. I think I see a smirk. Is that Kaori's version of a joke? Me and MC, we're thinking alike. Kaori addresses the rest of the team.
What about you guys?
Sorry. We were having lunch, and I guess we lost track of time.
Kaori blinks, then waves her hand dismissively. Wait, they were having lunch together? Is this one of my times to assume that they might be dating now? Yes? No? Maybe?
Never mind. We have more important things to discuss. Like our sponsor situation.
Okay, I think I remember what happened last episode now. I think... the one we went to did not like us. Well, they liked us, but they did not like our ranking, therefore they kind of didn't want to sponsor us. Everyone becomes serious.
Our gears need a lot of maintenance to return to peak fighting condition. And the next round is tomorrow. I don't know why, but everyone I talked to was really rude and unhelpful.
Sho and I share a knowing glance and Kaori catches us.
What?
Nothing.
She continues to stare.
It's just, sometimes you can come across a little harsh.
I'm just honest.
Sure, but honesty doesn't make people like you. You need to get in touch with your soft, warm, feminine side.
Oh, I get the feeling he's gonna get punched for that. Kaori raises an eyebrow.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, Sho, do you get in touch with your feminine side?
Yes!
I am speechless.
I mean to the warm thing, not the soft and feminine thing.
Nice save. Nice save, dude. We stare at him blankly.
I'm just going to shut up now.
Good idea, man. You might want to be a bit quiet while they talk.
Before you do, did you manage to get a sponsor?
He folds his hands behind his head and leans into them.
Nope.
Can we count on you for anything, Sho?
You forgot to ask around, didn't you?
I feel the exact same way.
Maybe?
He looks sheepish. Kaori rolls her eyes.
What about you, Mayu? Can your father sponsor us?
Mayu shakes her head.
Unfortunately, he's backing the team I was originally supposed to join. When I was invited onto the team, Father was so happy, he promised he'd sponsor them.
Wow, sponsorship before you even joined the team. That's quite unfortunate.
Even though I never joined them, he can't go back on his promise.
But can't a company sponsor more than one team, or is that not allowed? Kaori nods, then faces me.
You had that interview yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to the interview with Warp Tech. It didn't work out.
Why am I not surprised?
What are you trying to imply here? It had less to do with me and more to do with our team status. I can show you the full report from the SBA if you want to know the official reason, but basically, we weren't a high enough rank. I fish my phone out of my pocket. It flashes low battery warnings at me before it dies completely.
Where's the report?
Hold on. I have to charge my phone. My gaze lands on my gear. I race to it and head into the cockpit. My teammates call after me, but I ignore them. Once I plug my phone into the dock connection, it lights up with the charging symbol. Everyone's wearing confused faces when I climb out of the cockpit. What?
Why didn't you just use an outlet?
Mayu points to an outlet on the wall. When did those get there? You mean this isn't what gears are for? Who cares if I use an outlet or my gear? You mean this isn't what gears are for? Are you saying you've never charged your phone in a gear? All three of them shake their head. Why not?
Because it's stupid. Why would I climb all the way up there when there's a perfectly good outlet down here?
You know what? When you put it like that, I do feel pretty stupid. That's the beauty of it! Not only does your phone charge faster, you get a little bit of a workout too. Win-win! They stare at me unconvinced. Besides, an outlet doesn't do me any good if I don't have a phone charger with me.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Anyway, I guess we're back to square one.
Back? We never left square one.
Don't give up hope yet. I might have something.
Another meeting?
No, but my friend in the SBA is still helping us search.
Okay, in the meantime, the rest of us should continue our search too. I'll take another look at what ACE offers. Maybe there's some kind of campus grant or funding we can apply for. Mayu, do you think you could reach out to some of the other major corporations we haven't talked to yet? Maybe with your background, you'll have more luck than we would.
Mayu nods.
Maybe Sho can ask around local businesses?
Okay.
You know what? I like this team. Kaori is a good leader too. She's already getting stuff done even though we had slightly a bit of a hiccup.
Good idea.
Kaori looks at me. I'll follow up with my contact. She nods.
Hopefully, we'll find someone. But there's a chance we might have to fight with our gears as is.
I'm confident we'll get someone in time. Mayu smiles at me and nods. Sho claps me on the back.
Okay, we have our plan. Text me if you guys get any leads.
Roger that. We all nod.
I'm off then. I've got some stuff to take care of.
I hope you mean reaching out to the businesses, Show, and not playing your video games.
Ho ho, caught red-handed. Or called out red-handedly. What are you gonna do about that, Sho?
Of course that's what I meant. The arcade industry is a lucrative place to find a sponsor.
Mayu sighs.
Show.
I know, right, man? At least you could be more subtle about it. We all know you're going there to play video games, dude. He wears his signature smile.
Okay. Let's go find us a sponsor.
Mayu beams. The pair wave at us before heading out. Wait, the pair. Coupled! Shipped together. Mayu and Sho.
I'll be going too. Tell me if your friend is successful.
You got it, Kaori. You'll be the first one I contact. I nod and Kaori leaves. Nothing left for me to do but go home. An uneventful drive later, I arrive at home. I'm back! I walk into an eerily quiet living room. Looks like I'm the first one here. It feels a bit strange. Nikki's bright smile is usually here to greet me. Maybe she has an after-school club activity or something. I reach for my pocket to see if she texted me. My heart sinks as my hand grabs air. There's a void where my phone should be. Crap. I must have left it in my gear. The sun is setting and it'll be evening by the time I reach campus. Hopefully it won't be too much trouble getting to Eagle after hours. I remember CINY was pretty restrictive on who can enter the hangar at night. I hop back on my bike and drive back to Ace Academy. Alright guys, it's getting to that point in the episode where I gotta call it. As usual, if you like the content I provided, please like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions to make at all, whether it's regarding the gameplay or even settings in general, like the audio settings or video capturing, please let me know in the comments below, and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thank you all for joining me, and as I've said before, Go Away is about to go away. Bye, everyone.